again. This is Stacy Tonkin with Beyond the Table, and we have Stephanie Mitchell here, WPBA Pro, as we all know, and owner of the Corner Pocket in Largo. And she is going to share some of her insights on her mental game and how she's got to where she is. So it's nice to have you, and we can jump right into our first question. Our first question was, what mental trick helps you stay calm when you're playing in front of a crowd or feeling nervous?
There's a couple things. I usually try everything if one thing isn't working, but my main two go-tos is probably box breathing, where you breathe in for a count of 4 or 5 and then hold it for a count and then breathe out for the same count and back around until you feel calmer. Along with that, I tend to give myself lots of positive reinforcement, saying you can do this, you're a pro, you know how to shoot, you know, whatever, you're going to win. As soon as you get up to the table, you're going to do the right shot. Just constantly giving myself positive reinforcement.
Oh, that's great advice. I hear that a lot, especially the breathing, because I know in the past I've tended to hold my breath sometimes when I don't even know it. And I'm shooting and I realized my old coach used to say, breathe out when you shoot. And I'm like, oh, because I realized, didn't even notice I was holding my breath the whole time. So that's really great.
I think I hold my breath while I shoot. I don't breathe in or out as I'm actually stroking the ball.
Yeah, because it's concentration. Okay, our next question was, how do you reset your mind after making a mistake during a game?
Usually right after, once I give a couple seconds to the frustration, I figure out what it is that I did wrong, whether it was jabbing at the ball or not following through or putting too much English, not stepping into my stance correctly, whatever it was, so that I can correct it the next time I'm at the table and let it go.
Oh, that's good. So it sounds like you use some of the setbacks as a catalyst to shoot better the next game. So it doesn't really hold you back.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. And our last question is, what's one piece of mental advice you wish you had known when you first started playing competitively?
When I first started playing competitively, that there's going to be times that you're not ahead. And if you can just realize that you still have to win the same amount of games, whether you've got 0 or already at 7, that it's not going to make a bit of difference. If you could have won them by being ahead, you can win them by being behind, and don't let the fact that you are that you weren't winning get in your head. Also, that your last shot has nothing to do with your next shot.
Wow, that's really great. That's a new one I haven't heard yet too, but my old coaches told me that too, because there's been times when you're down 5-0 and it's like the score doesn't matter, right? It only matters when you lose or when you win, but when you're shooting, the score doesn't matter, and you can always win those next 5 games. And we see a lot of pros like that, one guy's up 7-1 and you're like, oh yeah, this guy's going to win, but then the other guy comes back and wins 7 games, or they're playing 2 sets and one guy beats 1-7-0 and then the next set the other guy beats him 7.
Right.
So
yeah, I think I've probably won at least as many matches from being down quite a bit as I have from being up.
Yeah, that's really good advice, because especially for up and coming players, I know that they, a lot of the time, like in leagues and stuff, they think, oh, the guys get me 3-0, and then they just kind of like fade away, right? Or they're up and they think the opposite, right? Like, oh, I'm up, I can take some risky shots, and then 2 risky shots, and the guy has 3 games back on him, and he's like, what the heck? So it's like, yeah, don't pay attention to the score, don't pay attention to what the other person's doing, and when you get to the table, reset your mind. If you have to breathe, take your time, remind yourself to give positive affirmations to yourself, and then just keep,
and don't try to control what you're doing. When you are at the table and you're spending too much time trying to do everything perfect, your body isn't going to let you. You need to have in a match, you have to believe in yourself and just go up and do what you need to do, or else it won't come out that way.
That's great. It's really good to have positive players like you out there shooting and encouraging a lot of us players that just, we want to play competitively, and we just got to keep working on all of this. And the last thing is that if you had something to say to the juniors and upcoming new players, maybe women that want to play, what would you tell them? If you had to tell them something from your heart, what would you say?
Pool is a game that is frustrating and wonderful, and it can be something you can do your whole life, obviously. When If you want to take it seriously, then take it seriously and don't give yourself excuses. Whether it's getting a coach or reading books or watching videos, there is nothing that you can do other than, the more practice, the more different avenues you find to increase your game is going to do the trick. If you don't, like, there's been times I haven't been able to practice and that gives me an excuse to lose. Don't have an excuse to lose, and always find a way to enjoy what you're doing, or there's no reason to be doing it.
That's really great advice. And we appreciate your time today and having you here. And we're going to keep looking for you in those WPBA events. I'm sure you'll be doing
Please
great.
do.
Thanks
Thank
again.
you. Thanks for having me.